Hello and welcome to episode 242 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. Hello. It is Thanksgiving week here in the United States of America, which means I have a 3-day week, which is great. I cannot wait, and a 4-day weekend coming up. Huzzah! I hope you have the same. Or, if you're not in America, you already have 8 million days of vacation that you can take, so God bless you too. All right, today is... This one is just a spur-of-the-moment choice that I made. I had another show that I was going to do, but this one I saw mentioned on the Dogs of Doom Discord in conversation. And I was like, oh, I don't remember that one. And it's March 15th, 1969. I remember the early show, which I think is Gladsaxe. It's in Denmark. But this one is Brondby, which is the late show, same day, different location. So I went and listened, and by golly, they were right. It is pretty darn good and pretty darn good sound. So, 1969 Zeppelin, you can't go wrong. Early 69 is wild-ass shit. So, we have some wild-ass shit to listen to, friendos. This is, it's a short recording. I don't know if it's a short set or not. Probably not that short. But, whoops, I'm looking at the wrong notes. I'm like, I don't think they played No Quarter in 1969. There's only 4 songs in the set, which is Train Kept a-Rollin', I Can't Quit You, Dazed and Confused, and You Shook Me. I don't know about the rest of the show. I imagine they did How Many More Times and that kind of stuff too. But it's not on this recording, so we don't get to hear it. So I am going to jump right in. This is right after, 2 months after Zeppelin 1 was released. They've been touring constantly since December 68. Even though they played, I think they played Sweden in September 68 as the New Yardbirds too. But they are a brand new band. They are getting their stuff together. And they are wild and crazy and fast. So let us open with what they opened with. Train Kept a-Rollin'. Beautiful song. Fast, furious. They also opened with it on their final tour as well. So it's a nice... coda, wink, to their career. And this song, like Rock and Roll and Black Dog, is played basically the same every single time, which leads me to believe that they had either recorded it in the studio and not put it out, which seems fairly unlikely, although they might have done it for Zep 1, but we would have heard about it by now, or Jimmy just kept the Yardbirds arrangement and just played that with that ascending riff for the solo. You'll hear it much better than I sang it. In fact, why don't you hear it now? This is a wonderful recording. It is mono, although it was created into false stereo, which is just dual mono channels. But it's a nice mono recording. Everything sounds good. Everything's pretty clear for a 1969 audience recording for sure. And I hope you enjoy it. It has some of that energy of the Fillmore shows the month from this point. That same kind of frantic, almost out of control, but still tight but loose. Train Kept a-Rollin', ladies and germs. Enjoy.
Thank you very much for being so patient. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Fast, frenetic, and a really good recording. I'm glad I listened to this. Thank you, Dogs of Doom. That Discord, I mean, they're not cranking out the shows like they used to since the big meltdown and the betrayals, etc. from back in the day. But, boy, oh boy, is it still a good place to go to be reminded of shows or introduced to shows that you may not have heard. Because I do. If I don't have a show set up, which I did, but I usually pop in when I do the podcast, I drop into Dogs of Doom just before I start in case there's something like, oh my god, we found the Bath soundboards, here you go. Which used to happen, but I saw it and I was in the live Discord room, whatever the fuck they call it, and somebody had mentioned that this particular show, they loved the Dazed as unbelievably good because it is basically a carbon copy of the studio version, which is rare for Zeppelin. And it doesn't mean note for note, it just means sound, vibe, length, etc. And they were right. And then I'm like, oh, well, I guess I have a new show to do. La-di-da. So, in the interests of carrying on and providing you with solid Led Zeppelin content, and the fact that I am... You know, I woke up today, and it was one of those, I woke up, and I could not keep my eyes open. I wanted to go back to bed, but I had shit to do. And it's just, I have not shaken that off, even though I slept okay. So I am... My battery light is on, even though there's no reason for it. So I am just going to plow ahead. Which means I'm not very verbose today, which is great. Which means there isn't going to be a lot of stoned talking, because I'm not stoned. And babbling and rambling. I should be able to hold the thread and drive ahead and play for you I Can't Quit You Baby, which is coming up next. And it was either that or You Shook Me, but I listened to You Shook Me. I'm not as big a fan of You Shook Me as I am I Can't Quit You. And unless it's really exceptional, some of them are just out of this world and just kill me. This one was more a standard You Shook Me, which didn't shake me as much as it might have. So instead of shaking me, it's quitting me, but he can't quit me, and I can't quit you, baby. Here you go. Again, March 15th, 1969, the evening show in Brondby, Denmark. Enjoy, friends, please.
One time, LP out in Denmark called Led Zeppelin. And this is for the young ladies who are working the strobes and everything so nicely.
Nice. Can you imagine sitting in that small club that you could tell how small it is because the claps are dozens of people, not hundreds or thousands, maybe hundreds, but small, like the kind of venue you could go to in wherever you are and go see a band, which means you could just walk up to them. They didn't have security. Well, they had Richard Cole, but I mean, they were just folks. They were just people, and they were young. Robert is 20 years old. Bonzo is also 20 years old. Bonzo and Robert are 20 years old. My daughter is 18, and she can hardly get from here back home on public transit without checking 30 times to make sure she's going the right way, even though I've been in the same place for 7.5 years. But 20 years old, can you imagine that? Being in Led Zeppelin as this rocket is taking off. It's already left the platform and it's heading to the stratosphere, and it's going to keep growing for the next 10 fucking years. Unbelievable. And those folks who are in that audience seeing these guys, and it's the kind of thing where you could shake their hand and talk to them after the show because they're right there loading their shit into a van and leaving. Unfucking real. Unreal that that's the case. And that's the case now. There are bands right now that you can go see that are going to be huge, that are like that. It just boggles my mind that this is the point where they're driving around in a rented van, no private jet, certainly no Caesar's Chariot or Starship, sharing hotel rooms, 2 to a room kind of thing, hungry and working hard. They were a very, very hard-working band. 1969 and 70 are almost perpetually on tour. They didn't really start taking any real breaks from touring until they had to, when Robert broke his leg in 75. Well, no, that's not true. They took 74 off. Again, Robert had vocal cord surgery. Unreal. All right, I've mentioned that before. That's just neither here nor there, but it strikes me when I'm listening to that and hearing the size and the intimacy of the venue, and that it is just a little club, which makes it easier to get a nice audience recording if you have even a average tape recorder, because you don't have to deal with the huge overloading the amps, overloading the mic. You just record. If you can record what you're hearing and it's not too loud, you get what you get, which is what we got. All right, you can find me everywhere you can find podcasts, which you know because you found me already. But in case you found me without finding me, you can find me. Fear not. I am on Twitter, or X, as Heart of Markness. I don't know how long that's going to last because that place has turned into a fucking shit show with Elon Musk taking it over. Facebook, there's a Facebook group for Heart of Markness, which has, almost 300 people in it now. You are welcome to join it and say howdy and hang out with some decent folks. I have a website, heartofmarkness.com, which is where you can actually get the recording that I'm playing for you. All the 4 songs that I listed earlier, you can go to heartofmarkness.com right now and get them. Basically, get the same file that I downloaded. I share it with you. You download it for free. You get the whole show. You can burn it, put it on your phone, whatever you want to do with it. Transcribe it by hand, 100, like an illuminated manuscript. However, man, it's your life. But if you do go to heartofmarkness.com, just about every show, and Spotify says I have 372 episodes stored. But you're only on episode 241. How the hell's that work, boy? Well, I also do bonus episodes, and during the lockdown, I did a shitload of them because I was going crazy and the entire world was going crazy. So I started to just do concerts from other bands that I either hadn't liked or that I saw online when I was looking for Zeppelin. I was like, holy shit. The Cars playing the Paradiso in 1978 in Boston. Let me grab that. Or wherever they played. I don't know if it was the Paradiso. So there's a lot of other bands that I do, and every once in a while, I will do a bonus show still, if there's something I like. That's why there's 372. So, heartofmarkness.com. Avail yourself of that resource, man, because it is provided to you thanks to the grace of my patrons. They are the titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. And they are Lisa, Keith and Tilda, Brian, Steve, George, Big Ed, Regular Kenny, John from West Footscray. Thank you, John. I love that. Picard, Rob from Melbourne, Australia, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, Other David. There was a regular David before Other David. Bonzo Billy, and Mimo. Thank you, friends, for making this happen. I love you all. So if there's something that interests you, you want to be a patron. Oh, merch. The carrot I've been dangling for the last 5 years because I'm lazy and I never get shit done. And when I tried to get merch, what I used to have a podcast like more than 15 years ago, not a podcast, a blog, back when blogging was the thing. And it wasn't Led Zeppelin, but it had merch, and I got it from Cafe Press. And I said, "Oh, Cafe Press," and I got a T-shirt and checked it out, and it was like you could see through it. It was so thin and garbagey. So I'm like, Anyways, TLDR, I have a Redbubble store. I have merch. I have a new logo. It's the logo I use on YouTube, where I'm also found on YouTube, which is the Led Zeppelin lettering and the 4 symbols underneath it. It says Heart of Markness, and it looks pretty badass. Not as badass as if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, the Microsoft Paint picture I drew for that prior blog about 15 years ago of my face that says wisdom, that has nothing to do with Led Zeppelin or Heart of Markness. I could do that one. And then the one that is on the website that you may also see with a little microphone and the Led Zeppelin 2 lettering, Heart of Markness. I'm going to do them all. You can get whatever you want, and because it's Redbubble, you can get the logo on anything. You can get it on a baby's onesie if you want. Don't do that, though. That's creepy and dumb, and babies don't like Led Zeppelin. But, la-di-da, I just want to let you know it's going to be there, and when you're a patron, you will get a hell of a discount. So consider that. Or not. Whatever you want to do. It's free country. Kind of. Not really. Not at all. But we pretend it is. All right, friendos. What else do I have to say? Nothing other than I love you all, and I'm going to play one more song for you, which is the aforementioned Dazed and Confused, which is really fucking cool, and it is very reminiscent of the studio album, which you don't hear much with Dazed, especially when it stretched out to being, 30, 40 minutes long in 1975. So here we go, a nice, tight Dazed and Confused, with a hungry young Led Zeppelin making a name for themselves, promoting their very first album. In Denmark, March 15th, 1969. There you go. Here you go.
This is called Dazed and Confused. Not true. What you woman never bargained for you. Sweet little baby, say what you will. So much when I send you to hell. I worked so hard bringing home my heart and pain. Sweet little baby, baby, then you push me away. I try to love you, baby, but it's always the same. I wanna love you, woman, but you can't go play like that. I won't give up. it's not true. Why can a woman never bargains for you? The time is so much trash. Thank you very much. It's really nice. It's really very nice.
And there's that weird Danish clapping that is in every Danish recording, like the 2 nights in Copenhagen in '79. All that clapping. I thought it was kind of disrespectful and like asshole-ish, but it's just what they do. I've seen a Delaney and Bonnie and Friends video of the same hall in Copenhagen that Zeppelin played, the Falconer Theater, but in 1969 with George Harrison and Eric Clapton and Leon Russell and Rita Hayworth and everybody that would eventually become the Dominoes of Derek and the Dominoes. And they had the same clapping. So I forgot about that until I heard it at the end of Dazed, which was excellent. Man, it's real. I'm glad I had this show. I'm glad I found it. And I'm glad I shared it with you. I hope you agree, friends. So I am going to get busy on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. I've got chores to do, although I already scrubbed the tub this week because I am good. So finish my laundry, make my bed, clean my room, do the dishes, and get ready for work tomorrow. All right, guys. Love you, love you. Please be good to yourselves and each other. And I will talk to you soon. Nighty-night.